You see, I don't just go to the beach for a beach day. I actually live at the beach now. So let me explain. It was not always like this. I used to be a 9-to-5 wage slave. I had over, I'll say, 50 to 100 jobs in the United States and everything, guys. But the Bible says seek peace and pursue it. And I realized that I could not do that in the United States no matter how much the jobs paid me. And you might be facing a similar situation where you're getting raises, and every time you get a raise, they like have a brand new tax or something like that, or the cost of food and the cost of living goes up, and you're just like, damn, I'm on this hamster wheel and it seems like I'm never going to get out. So you have to plan these vacations for once or twice a year, and the whole rest of the year you spend catching up on the vacation or try to plan the next one, waiting for income tax checks so that you can see a place like this once a year. Okay, the Bible says the world was created for our sakes, but you guys can't even leave your cities because you're trapped at your jobs. And I understand, I get it, man. Like, dog, from the age of 13 I've been working. From the age of 13, I don't even think that was legal in Missouri, right? So I'm from Southside St. Louis, and I started working at a place called Gringos. All right, I'm going to tell y'all all the way up to how I got to where I am right now. I live on the beach. I'm in Panama. I'm not trying to go back. And if you guys feel like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure I make more than you, so whatever, dude, whatever. But guess what? You make all of that money, you give it all back to your government, and what you spend on rent per month in the United States, if you would just change your address and go to a different dang on country, you would be able to live like a freaking king or queen if you're watching this. Okay? So what I'm saying is, if you just change your address to a country where the cost of living is down, like, for example, Colombia, maybe you don't want to move to Panama, but Colombia, shit, you can put your food on layaway. They have a plan where you can pay monthly on your food if you go to the grocery store. Imagine that. It's countries like that. You guys out there struggling for nothing when it's countries where you can get a 3, 4, 5 bedroom home for under $1,000 a month. Like, dude, like, look at this. All right, look at these houses right here. Some of these are celebrity houses, but then some of the other houses are just regular residents. When they walk outside, they're just on the freaking beach, man. And some of these people are from the United States. And they just realize, damn, if I'm making $5,000 a month in the US, if I can figure out how to get my boss or whoever it is, or if I can get a remote job teaching online or something like that, and I can figure out how to do that stuff online, I can literally just move to a country where stuff is not as expensive. I can have a chef. Dude, you guys have seen in my previous videos in Mexico where I have the chef, we have maids, we had entire Spanish tutors that come through the entire week, and you guys are probably guessing that I'm spending like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a week, but I can spend a few pesos and get a freaking chef to come out and bulk cook all of my food for the entire damn month. I could get my children, like I homeschool my kids, like one of my kids just graduated, but I can homeschool them and we can go out and have fun and do all the stuff that you can do in the US. They have theme parks out here. It's not just dirt roads and all that bull crap that America tries to convince you that the other countries are. They're not. They're beach towns that are beautiful, but then they have cities where you can go to the theme parks, go to the movie theaters, and they speak English and all of that. You're not just getting kidnapped and locked in people's trunks and your organs being sold like people are trying to make it seem like. So I was an over-the-road truck driver, right? And I quit that and became a city bus driver for Metro in St. Louis. And I remember when I turned, like 24 years old, I was telling the dudes that I wanted to like start a business. And these were elders of that business, elders of Metro. And I was like, yo, why don't, we have all this experience driving all these years. Why don't we go and start our own transportation company? And I'm thinking that they would be on board because these are elders, right? But they go straight slave mentality and tell me, hey, youngster, you don't want to quit this job, man. It ain't a lot of good jobs like this, man. You understand? Like, what if you fail, man? And then it's hard for you to get back in or get another job. I'm like, yo, you supposed to be telling me, yo, you're only 24. Go out and try this entrepreneur stuff while you're young. Because all else fails, these jobs are always looking for another slave. They're always looking for another person to take all their time. You're trading your time and you don't even get a good return. Think about it, guys. I wake up like this. This is not a weekend thing now. Now, granted, it took me some work. I had to build businesses and all of that stuff. But even for you guys, after COVID passed, a lot of businesses now are more lenient and willing to allow you guys to work remotely. So COVID showed a lot of these business owners that if they didn't want to go out of business, they had to create a lot of different virtual jobs. So unless you are a warehouse worker or something like that, if it's something that you can do online like data entry or something like that, you can do that from anywhere. You guys are so glued and cemented to your addresses in the US. They give you a good line of BS, land of freedom, but name one thing that's free. It's not even free to breathe air. You gotta pay for bottled water. I mean, that's pretty much everywhere now, but like it's a tax on every damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what is free in the US? And the opportunities are not for everybody there. Let's just be real with you. The opportunities are not for everybody there. And then when they give you some type of government assistance or something, it's always attached to, it's always something, an ulterior motive, right? It's always something. They put out them PPP loans, and then right after that, 1 million people went to jail, went to prison and stuff. So, like, dog, y'all wait for income taxes. What if you can make income tax money every day, right? I've been teaching people how to make daily tax refund type money. That's what I call it, because right now everybody is thinking about income taxes, but you're only going to get that $5,000 or $7,000 check one time out of the year. Then you back being broke for the rest of the year, struggling, going to work, working doubles, and then they take half of that through taxes and child support and all the rest of that stuff. You can simply move to a different place, a different area, and you'll automatically gain an extra $1,000 to $2,000. Plus, you'll automatically gain an extra 20 to 30 hours. I should have named it that. How to gain 20 to 30 hours a week back, and how to gain $2,000 to $3,000 a month back. Just by changing your address. They have cable here, they have internet. It is not some prehistoric, ancient bull crap when you move. Thailand, Hong Kong, a lot of these places are more advanced than the United States now. United States is behind on everything. I'm not trying to like down talk it, but I want you guys to, like Morpheus said, free your mind. You understand what I'm saying? So I had all these jobs in the US and I was never happy no matter how much they paid me. I was a flight attendant for a little minute and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use this to distribute my music. I thought I was being clever. I was like, damn, they paying me $18 an hour to fly from state to state, and I can just drop off my mixtapes every time I get to another place. Well, I didn't enjoy that. I had numerous warehouse jobs. I worked at Procter and Gamble. I remember having steel-toe shoes on for hours and hours and standing there, and it felt like I was standing in a pit of lava. That's how much my feet freaking hurt, dog. If y'all are over the age of 30 years old and you have kids, dog, you have a responsibility to start showing your kids the world. Get off the block. Learn a different language. Try different food. Explore a new culture. See the world. Come on. How fulfilled and happy could you be if you only know your city and that's it? A lot of people take pride in that, but that's really just, them trying to escape from the fact that they feel like they failed in life because they watch a lot of travel videos. Those travel videos get millions and millions and millions of views. Those games on Google Play Store where you play like you're traveling and stuff like that, they get millions and millions of downloads because people deep down inside wish they can just get up and leave. And right now you have these self-inflicted pains, these limited beliefs in yourself, telling yourself that, dog, I mean, yeah, it sounds nice, but I don't think I can move. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe somebody else. Well, let me ask you this. Do you have any criminal record, or are you on papers? You understand what I'm saying? House arrest or anything like that. Anything hindering you from getting a passport and traveling the world and just going countries to countries. Nobody's even saying that you have to move permanently and live. But guess what? I guarantee you, after you go and check out some places like the Philippines, Thailand, Mexico, even Mexico, that's close. That's close to the United States, guys. Just explore a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, you're not going to really want to stay there anymore. Once you see how people treat you, just because you're an American, you get the red carpet rolled out for you, most places that you go. Once you see that, you're really not going to want to go. Because think about it. If you're my color in the United States, people really despise you no matter how much money you're making. They might be cordial with you because they need you to teach them something or help them with something. But if they see you walking through their neighborhood, they don't really like you like that. But in most different countries, especially like in Panama, the natives are dark. A lot of the people are dark. There's so many different colors on the spectrum that is retarded to have racism. They have something called classism here, where it's a separation between rich and poor. That's going to be everywhere you go. But at least you ain't got no nooses around your neck just because you're a couple shades darker. At least you ain't getting pulled over by the police just because you're a couple shades darker. Speaking of that, let's get there, because I'm real, man. When I first got to Mexico, it was a culture shock. I'm in Panama now. But when I first got to Mexico, it was a culture shock. Because I would go to the malls or the grocery stores, and the guards would be there changing the money, switching it out of the ATM. And they had these gigantic shotguns. But they'll reach out and hold the door for you and introduce themselves and ask you questions and all of this extra stuff. In the United States, if you see some cops or some guards like that and they strapped up like that, you don't want to walk nowhere near them. They looking, they mean mugging, they look like martial law is about to happen, all type of stuff. Tell me I'm making it up, y'all. Tell me I am making it up, right? And it's the same way here. I have no problem walking up to a cop and asking directions, knowing I'm not gonna get shot down. In the United States, you can go up and like ask a cop what time it is, and they say he reached for my gun. Dog, I just need to know what time it is because my bus is coming. What are you talking about? You hear me? So think about that, guys. It's just a total difference, and that's not just in Panama and Mexico. America is the only place with that dumb crap there. You understand what I'm saying? Except for when they start moving to different countries and trying to bring the American mindset. That's when it's time to like migrate again. You understand what I'm saying? But my point is, man, imagine being able to fish every day. That might sound boring to you guys, but imagine not having poison in your food, not too much GMOs and all that extra stuff. You understand? Imagine stuff being priced reasonably. Imagine you being able to leverage the fact that you're an American in places and be able to get treated fairly. You ain't even got to be treated the best, but let's just say fairly. In the United States, it really don't matter how much money you got. Okay, let me just show you again. The reason why we have retired U.S. senators and baseball players and stuff like that living right here off the Panama Beach is because what they would pay, like imagine they got a budget of $5 million for a house. Here they can get that same home for $1 to $2 million. All right, imagine you got a budget of $500K and you want to live right off the beach. You want like top shelf, you know what I'm saying, experience, all of that extra stuff. In Colombia, instead of paying $500K, you would be just paying $140,000 to $200,000 for that same piece of real estate, for the same access, technology, celebrities around you, all of that stuff. Celebrities are down here. These boats and all of this extra stuff, and then the yachts are on the other side. The celebrities are down here. You thinking that a lot of them are spending like top dollar. The ones that are smart, they leave the country. Why? So their generational wealth could extend further than themselves, right? I want to make money for my grandchildren's children's 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 children so far down the line that is almost a myth that I ever existed. Like, are you sure we come from somebody named David, right? You understand? That's how far down the line I want my generational wealth to extend. And the only way you can have that is to get the maximum out of what you're earning. You see celebrities in the United States broke. Reality TV has shown us the behind the scenes. All the people that you guys used to idolize and think were, you know, larger than life, in sync style, you understand what I'm saying? All of them dudes are living like dust buckets. You like, damn, dog, like I can afford a house bigger than that. I'm watching this dude on a movie. You're hearing about their tax problems and all of that extra stuff. Well, guess what? It's countries with no taxes. Panama has an awesome tax system. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the currency is crazy in different countries. Now, it's countries that's cheaper than Panama. I'm not saying this is the cheapest one. You have to decide what quality of life you want and have your check-off list personally, you know, based off of what you consider your, you know, your preview to heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Like how free do you want to be? What's the point? Like those of you guys that's gonna be hating in the comments, yo, I make this much a year, I make this much on my courses, or I make this much in my business. Okay, but are you stationary? What about your employees? Do you have to stay there? If so, then you suck. It sucks. And I feel bad for you. I don't want to make a crazy amount of money if it means I just got to stay in the United States. Y'all got to figure out how to convert that stuff to online revenue. How can you make online income so that you don't have to stay in one place, one city, and you can just go places like this? You guys are going to see this all the time. This is how I live. You understand what I'm saying? This is not a vacation. I'm not on vacation. I'm not going back to, you know, the bricks. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I want for everybody that's watching this video right now. You don't even have to want the beach life. Maybe you hate the beach. Maybe you're allergic to, I don't know, sand fleas, or you're afraid that you might step on a starfish or a sea urchin or something like that. You hear me? Like, you don't have, what do you dream of? I've shown you guys the mountains too. Like, let's say you don't want to be in the beach and you want to live in the mountains. I was living in a place near Boquete, Panama, and we were just surrounded by waterfalls and mountains and stuff like that. You understand? People ask me, why you not coming back to the United States? Because I can get Jurassic Park views and scenery for pennies. But you guys, especially in New York, paying $2,000 a freaking month to live in a freaking shoebox apartment just because you saw Sex in the City and this is where most of the celebrities are. I don't give a damn. They not paying your bills. And then you sitting here looking like Leonidas in 300 battling roaches the size of soda cans and stuff every night. You understand? Like, come on, dog. Like, don't make yourself suffer. Don't cause self-inflicted pains. You understand? Don't let what you read about different countries scare you from going and exploring and trying stuff out. Oh man, if I go to Mexico, I'm gonna get kidnapped. Oh, if I go to Colombia, what about Pablo? Damn, I can't even remember his name. Castro and all of these dudes. What about, the drug lords and the cartels and all of that extra stuff? Okay, what about the Crips and Bloods in the United States, MS-13? What about all them dudes? What about the mafia that's been there forever? You understand? Like, dog, what you gonna do? It's bad every freaking where. Live good. You understand? Pick a business model that's virtual and live good. In the first pinned comment, I have something called daily tax refunds. I will give you a coaching session. We will get on the coaching session and I will show you how to make daily tax refund money, meaning anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. We're not gonna talk all that rich talk. All right, I'm just gonna show you guys what I do to make crazy amounts of money. And if you're new here, I've been able to pull off launches that brought me in $26,000 in a day, $250K in less than 2 months. I've been able to pull that off. One of my top students has made over $140K in less than 90 days. Most of them make money in less than 24 to 48 hours after coaching sessions with me. So that's not me bragging or anything. That's just showing you guys that I know how to help people free themselves. But you have to want this. You have to want it, man. I can't baby you. You have to want to be free. And if you keep denying the fact that you're trapped in the United States, no matter how much money you make, this is why your wives are independent, self-supported, and doing all this extra bull crap, leaving you behind with their stupid corporate jobs, and you guys can't get along because everybody's fighting over finances and striving to have this stature and status that's unnecessary when you could just live a good freaking freeing life, liberated and feel good. Eat how you want to eat. Live how you want to freaking live. Okay? So I went from a 13-year-old moving stuff around an antiques shop to working many warehouses jobs, being a flight attendant, you understand, doing hella Craigslist gigs back when that was hot. Then I became an over-the-road truck driver. On top of that, I became a bus driver in Missouri for Metro. And them same dudes that was like, dog, you don't want to lose that job, man. They probably still at that damn Metro job, which is super sad to me. Because they were in their 40s, 50s, and all that. Oh, man, you get to retire when you're 42 and all of this stuff. And what? And so what? You see all the retired people in the United States, they still have to go and get a bagging job at a grocery store part-time. I was working with retirees at Today's Staffing, packing mail and all of that stuff for the tax season. Because their money couldn't afford to take care of them. What they were getting in from the government after they retired wasn't a freaking enough. So don't tell me about a good job in the United States. Don't tell me about waiting for retirement or you don't want to lose this when after you retire successfully from giving them your whole life, you still got to go work at freaking at a grocery store. Come on, man. If you don't want that to be your life, I want you to write down your dream life. Like everything, like how much your cost per living will be. It could be modest, you know what I'm saying? The laws you want to be able to get away from, the freedoms you want to be able to go towards. If you want to buy land, if you want to build something, whatever it is, write all of that down and then start researching different countries and places. And then start making an actionable plan to do that. I can help you guys out with that as well. Get the coaching session for the daily tax refund money that you'll be able to make. And we can talk about that, okay? So because the freedom is what it's all about, guys. And this is my story.